Good morning, children. 8th standard microorganisms lesson. We are seeing that microorganisms lesson. In that microorganisms lesson, we already studied about algae, fungi, bacteria, virus and protozoa. Then next one, we are going to see about the useful microorganisms and harmful microorganisms in this lesson. First, we are going to see about the useful microorganisms. That useful microorganisms, 4 different fields, uses of microorganisms in 4 different fields we are going to see. First one, medicine, then agriculture, industry and daily life. In that medicine, we are getting antibiotics and vaccines with the help of the microorganisms. First one, what is meant by antibiotic? Anti means against. This antibiotics, they are produced by living organism, microorganisms. From the living microorganisms, we are getting antibiotics. They are toxic for other organisms. This antibiotics, they are toxic for other organisms. This is discovered by Alexander Fleming. So, he got this penicillin from Penicillium chrysogenum. It's a type of fungi. This is the first antibiotic produced by Alexander Fleming in the year of 1928. This penicillin, it is used to cure tetanus and diphtheria. It's a type of disease. Tetanus is the disease related to muscles. Diphtheria is a disease related to respiratory disorder. Next, streptomycin is an antibiotic. It is obtained from Streptomyces bacteria. It is used to cure plague. Next one, vaccine. Vaccines, they are prepared from dead or weakened microbes. Okay, they are prepared from dead or weakened microbes. This was first discovered by Edward Jenner. He discovered vaccine for smallpox. He only coined the term vaccination. This vaccine, if it is injected into the body of the patient, from the body of the patient, antibodies are produced. So, once the vaccine, it gets inside the body of the patient, the body will be considering this vaccine as a foreign body and it starts producing antibodies. These antibodies, they started fighting against these germs, these microorganisms. So, after fighting, it gets protection from these germs. It gets our body of the patient, it gets protection from these germs. So, the remaining antibodies, they remain inside the body for our future use. If in future, if the microorganisms again attack our body, these antibodies, they are giving protection to the patient body. Because of this reason, this vaccination is otherwise called as immunization. Example for vaccine, MMR vaccine. That is the 3 diseases. This MMR vaccine is used to cure 3 type of disease. That is the measles, mumps, rubella. The well-known vaccine BCG, it is used to cure tuberculosis disease. Next topic we are going to see about agriculture. In that agriculture, we are getting 3 type of product. The microorganisms, they are producing 3 different types of products. That is the natural fertilizer, nitrogen fixation and biocontrol agents. They are used as a biocontrol agent. So, 3 uses for the agriculture process. Next one, that's the first natural fertilizer we are going to see. Microorganisms, they act upon degradable waste. Degradable means makki porudun solradhu. So, this microorganisms, they act upon degradable materials because of this reason they are called as decomposers. They are acting upon degradable material. So what they are doing, they do some process on the degradable material and they release nitrates and inorganic nutrients inside the soil. From this degradable material, they are releasing nitrates and inorganic nutrients to the soil. Because of this reason, soil become nutrient, soil become fertile. So this soil material is called as a compost, and this compost is the natural fertilizer. It is used as a natural fertilizer. Nitrogen fixation. Rhizobium bacteria, it's a type of bacteria. They are living in the root nodules of leguminous plants. Leguminous plants means pea and beans are example for the leguminous plants. These type of plants, they have small knot-like structure in the root. That is called as a root nodules. So in that root nodule, the bacteria, Rhizobium bacteria, they are living in the root nodule. What they are doing, they are fixing the atmospheric nitrogen. In our atmospheric air, lot of nitrogen is there. Plant, they are unable to use the atmospheric nitrogen. The nitrogen which is present in the soil only they can able to use. So here, this Rhizobium bacteria, they have the capacity to fix the atmospheric nitrogen in the soil as nitrates. This nitrates, the plants can able to use this nitrates. So this nitrate is essential for the plant growth. In this way, they are helping microorganisms. They are helping the plants. Example for this nitrogen fixing bacteria, cyanobacteria and nostoc. Biocontrol agents. These microorganisms, they are functioning as a biocontrol agents. They are killing the pest against the plant. Bacillus thuringiensis, this is the it helps to control the insects which is present in the cotton. Trichoderma, it's a type of fungi. They helps to protect root and they are controlling the pathogens. Pathogens means diseases causing organisms in the plants. Next one, baculoviruses. They feed upon insects and the arthropods which are living in the plants. Next use, industry. Sewage treatment. First use is the sewage treatment. Sewage means waste water. What we are producing in our day-to-day life. Waste water. Aerobic microbes, they are used in the secondary stage wastewater treatment. Aerobic microbes means the microbes which are using oxygen for their respiration. This type of microbes, they are used in the secondary stage of wastewater treatment. Secondary stage means in the wastewater treatment, several stages are there. Primary, secondary and tertiary stages. Three stages are there. Among that, in the second stage, they are using this aerobic microbes for the wastewater treatment. Example for this is Nitrobacter. Next, they are also using anaerobic microbes. Anaerobic means microorganisms which are not utilizing oxygen for their respiration. That type of bacteria is called as anaerobic microbes. These microbes also used in the wastewater treatment. This type of bacteria are called as methanobacterium. Next one, production of biogas. Human and animal fecal matter and plant waste, all these materials are processed under anaerobic bacteria. They processed under the anaerobic bacteria. With these process, they are producing methane, a type of gas. That gas is called as the biogas. This biogas is used in cooking purpose and several industrial purposes also. Along with this methane, carbon dioxide and hydrogen also released. This bacteria, this anaerobic bacteria is called as methanogens. Production of alcohol and wine. Alcoholic drinks, they are prepared by fermentation process. Microorganisms which is used here is yeast. First one, sugar in grapes, they are fermented with the help of the yeast. Then the rice and barley, the sugars in rice and barley is fermented with the help of the yeast. They produce a product called beer. Next one, microbes in retting and tanning process. Retting is the process happened in the plant product. Tanning is the process in animal product. So, the flax plant, they tied as a bundle and they kept in water. Here, the bacteria, they are used to loosen the fibers in the stem tissues. So, this process is called as retting. So, linen thread is made from these fibers. So, by these retting process, we are getting linen thread. Pseudomonas aeruginosa is the bacteria which is used to produce this material, this retting process. Next one, tanning. Here a type of bacteria is used to act upon the skin of animals, and the skin of animals, it makes soft and therefore it becomes pliable and we can able to produce different products with the animal skin. This is in daily life. First one, making of bread. Yeast is the microorganisms. They are used in the bakeries to make bread and cakes. When the yeast is added, the dough, they produce carbon dioxide. Because of this carbon dioxide, the dough, it rises. It makes the holes. It makes the dough soft. So the bread and cakes are soft due to the presence of carbon dioxide gas inside the dough. Chlorella, it is a type of a green algae. They are rich in protein and vitamin. They added nutrients in the dough. So, added to the dough which enriches the bread with nutrients. So, because of this, we are getting proteins and vitamins in the bread. Preparation of curd and cottage cheese. The lactose is the milk lactose in the milk. Milk gets turned into lactic acid. Lactose is a material which is present inside the milk. It is turned into lactic acid by the action of, this is a lactobacillus. It's a type of bacteria. Therefore, the milk, it is a liquid in nature. It becomes thick in the curd. So, curd is thick. So, because of this bacteria, it gives sour taste also. The curd, it is somewhat sour taste. That is because of this bacteria. When the curd is processed, in the industry, if they are processing the curd, we get the cottage cheese that is called as the paneer. What we are using paneer, what we are using in our day-to-day life. Next, in human intestine, Lactobacillus acidophilus is a type of bacteria which is living in our human intestine. It helps in the digestion process and it also fights against a harmful disease. E. coli is a type of bacteria. They are living in human intestine and they help in the synthesizing of vitamin K and vitamin B complex. These two vitamins, they are very important for our body growth and development. So that is a useful vitamin K and B is synthesized with the help of E. coli bacteria.